Hello, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's. We have come to look at a Subaru Outback 2010 diesel. Okay, so we're just inside the car. We'll start it up and show you what we've got here looking at. So we've got the engine management light, Dpf sign there is flashing, skid control is on, and the park and brake light, and yeah, so the vehicle's not in limp mode. It's got full power, everything's working as it should do, just got all of these lights flashing. Okay, we'll go into the trouble codes. We have let me let that focus, P1469, got it twice. Self-protection mode for the DPF. So it doesn't really give you any sort of description of why. So we'll have a look in live data. Okay, we can see there we've got soot accumulation of 146%. Okay, what is strange here is the particle filter pressure sensor, 4 kPa in idle, full acceleration, it doesn't move whatsoever. So we maybe got a blockage in the pipes, I think, there, or something. Something's not right with that. I think also worth mentioning with these sort of Subarus, Mazdas and stuff, they also can flash up the DPF protection mode, or the flashing DPF. I've seen it on Mazdas, where it's all just related to the oil dilution, and that it needs an oil change. So basically it knows that the oil is going to damage the DPF, so it needs to be sorted out, and sometimes it's just down to an oil change, but we'll get down to it and check everything out. Okay, guess what? This car has had a brand new DPF fitted around 10,000 miles ago, and there it is, just down there, in a very strange place, right down at the front of the engine. So we can see the DPF pressure hoses just over here, so we'll open these up and put a midi vac in them, see if we can test them, and test the pressure sensor as well, just over there. Okay, so that's a 10mm bolt there, got 2 bolts on it by the looks of things. So just open these up. And now we're on the second bolt, just down here. Now that should move, yep. So now we'll open these hoses, get them disconnected. If we turn the sensor up this way, you can see one of these clips hasn't even been put back on properly, so someone's definitely been looking in here, and the customer has said he's just literally bought the car a couple of days ago, and on the way home this light came on. So I think he's been tricked into a sale here, but we'll get these open now anyway. Okay, so we've pulled the pressure sensor out from the hoses there. Now we'll connect up midi vac pressure tester, and we've got this on the pressure setting here. We've got a little gauge on there so we know how much pressure we're putting on the DPF sensor there. So we'll just connect this up. Now we will pump up the pressure and read if that the deviation there is raising. So yeah, you can see that's working. So now I'm going to connect up the midi vac down here, down to the DPF pressure hose. Just connect it up. So we've just got this all connected back to the gun here again. We'll try and build up some pressure. So we've got a little bit of a blockage there. It's leaking down slowly, but definitely blockage in the pipe. So I'm also just having a look around the engine. This, I don't know if that's normal there. Looks normal-ish, but I wasn't sure if someone done a repair there. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do now, we know we've got a block pipe down here, so I'm gonna connect up this O'Toole smoke leak detector just to pinpoint if there is any boost leaks or any underlying causes that may be causing these DPF issues, because it's had a brand new DPF already, and within a few thousand miles it's blocked up or it's got issues again anyway. So I'm going to test this boost pipe and test the intercooler for leaks and test the other side of the pipes down there as well. Okay, having a little visual inspection around there. If you have a look in here, definitely got a massive leak there. Don't know if it's a loose Jubilee clip or is it a split hose, but there's definitely a leak in there. So just opening the bolts around the intercooler here, open the Jubilee clip and this little bolt here from the side just to see if we can get it loose. We've got another bolt down here. So this hose right here is being a right pain. It will not come off. So we're going to have to maybe spray some WD-40 around it, use some pick tools, see if we can get this loose, because it seems to have welded itself to the intercooler. It doesn't want to come off. It's not moving. Just try and slide this all the way around and loosen it off. Okay, we finally got that loose. That was a lot of work. That was a lot harder than it looks to get that off. It seemed to have stuck itself to there. But okay, now we're going to connect the smoke machine to this side and then connect it to that side and then see if we have a leak. So now that's rolling there, we'll get it connected up. So that's connected now. We'll just wait for a few minutes to see if we can see any leaks coming from this end of the boost hoses. Okay, so a couple of minutes have passed, so I seem to be happy with this side. We'll get this disconnected and we'll connect it to the other end. Okay, we've connected that now to the intercooler there. Switch it back on. Now we'll wait again. Okay, we have smoke coming from this direction here. See if we can see exactly where, but don't look like it. Looks like it's coming from the underside of that pipe there. So we're going to whip off the intercooler and have a look at that pipe. Here's the boost pipe, got two splits on it. Okay, we have went away. It's been 2 days now and we are back at Subaru. We've had to order the parts that were required. So this pipe wasn't available anywhere to grab a hold of, so I've left it to the customer to order this one online. I don't really get involved with online stuff, so the customer's ordered this and we're going to get this fitted. So that's just basically a case of putting the pipe back in place there and just fitting the intercooler back onto it. So just going to use a little brush to go around this. So as you've seen before, didn't really like coming off. It was sort of welded to the plastic. So that'll just make it nice and easy to fit back on and a lot easier to remove in the future as well. So now we can just push that back down into place there. That should just slip in nice and easy now. Right, a little bit of a surprise. I've taken it back off. I got a little bit carried away with the chatting on the video and I didn't clean all of the area down here where the starter motor is. It's literally covered in oil, so I'm in the middle of cleaning it up, but we'll get it finished now. Right, now we can actually see what colour the starter motor is and the gearbox. This was just completely covered in oil. And we've just spotted after cleaning, there's a dipstick down there for the gearbox, it looks like. You couldn't even see that was there before. because it was literally invisible with the black soot that it was covered in. Get that sprayed up again. The DPF pipe here hooked up to the pressure bleeder, and this is going to flush it through. We're using the thicker pipe which goes to the opposite side of the DPF here. Easy way to identify that is one is a little bit bigger, the smaller one is the low pressure side, this is the higher pressure side. So we're going to flush that in now using this bleeder here. Take that out now. So now what I'm doing here is connect back up my midi-vac. It's just this gauge here again with the pressure builder with the gauge on it. So let's see if we can get that clear. So now I'm going to give it some squeezes. The screen keeps going a bit blurry, so we're going to squeeze it up. Now you can see there it's not building any pressure, so it's nice and free now that we've flushed that tube out. Sorry, that just pulled out there when I pulled it up. Now the DPF fluid's in there. Look at what we have here. We have the first customer in maybe the last 25 cars who has agreed to have an oil change done at the same time as having his DPF cleaned. It's a very important part of it, but not everyone seems to take much notice of that, because most people we offer an oil change to at the end of the DPF or before the DPF cleaning doesn't want to go ahead with it. But yeah, we've got it here to do on this car. And I'm underneath the car here, just opening the oil pan. It's a H12, hexagon 12 basically. I've got that out. So oil that's draining, we can see there's a lot of oil over here as well now on the power steering motor there, it looks like. So we're going to use some degreaser to clean that off again. Now we're just using some brake cleaner to dry it up. Now we can see there it's cleaned up nicely. We can actually see what colour it is, and it's not covered in oil. That might cause some electrical issues or anything like that. This DPF, by the way, he's got a receipt from Subaru themselves who said they fitted this. If I was to say, I wouldn't have said that's a genuine Subaru part. It just looks like it's remanufactured. It looks like it's been spray canned with some silver spray. And we've got the oil filter just over here. Gonna open that up. New oil filter to go back in. It's been lubed up there with some oil and cleaned in the housing. So that's it, we have everything back together there. The DPF pressure sensor is back in, new oil is done, oil filter done. Oil pipe, intercooler pipe, sorry, and the intercooler is back on. Okay, we're back in the car. I'm going to tell her it's had an oil change. Oil dilution is reset there, it says. Oil dilution has been reset to normal. Okay. Yeah. Done. Now we need to try and reset this flashing DPF symbol. So we'll go to DPF maintenance. We'll do a DPF regeneration, because we have it is full now with the fluid, so we'll do a regen which will burn the fluid out and do a regen at the same time. Okay, we've just triggered that off there now, so we need to wait until it gets to 550 degrees and then we'll get back. Okay, we're just collecting whatever's coming out there. We did spill a bit, but we can just wash that away with some water. It's quite dark actually, this one. Some of them aren't nowhere near as dark as this. It's definitely a lot of soot there. So now that's completed. It only took about 5-10 minutes, and now all of the codes have cleared. ABS ones and the DPF faults, they've all cleared together. We did try and clear them before the DPF clean. None of the skid lights or ABS lights would clear while the DPF fault was there, so they're obviously related. And the code in the ABS system was C0057. That's it. We're all done. See you next time.